In Chapter 4, Section 3, we're on page 233 of our textbook. This is Learning Plan 2.8, and we're doing applications of linear equations. And we're going to start it with two variables, geometry, money, mixture, and DRT problems. And then we're going to end with three equations problems. When you have two variables, it's a good idea to pick letters that correspond, like C to represent citrons and W to represent wood apples. So you're going to read the problem until you know what you're looking for and what you're given. And then you're going to assign the letters, write the system of equations. Sometimes there will be a formula that you're going to have to know too. Solve the system and then answer your question. Okay, two variables. A rectangular soccer field, has a perimeter of 360 yards, length and width, and then it says its length is 20 more than its width. Length is 20, width plus 20. I almost made a mistake. Remember, if you have more than, that number is going to go at the end. Okay. Now, we're missing a formula here, and that is the perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. If you don't have that formula memorized, you better write it down on your card to help you remember. So the perimeter is 360 equals twice the length plus twice the width. And then instead of writing length, we're going to write W plus 20. 360 is 2 parentheses, W plus 20 plus 2W. And so we get 2W plus 40 plus 2W. Subtract 40 from each side. Combine these two, we get 4W is 320, so W is 80, which makes the length 100 because it's 20 more than that. So our dimensions are 80 by 100. Next one. You do this one, and when you're ready, press play and I'll show you how I did it. 620, length, that's the width, this is the length. And then it says length is 10 more than twice the width. Length is twice the width plus 10. Perimeter, 620, equals 2W plus 2 parentheses. Instead of writing length, we're going to write 2W plus 10, 2W plus 4W plus 20, subtract 20 from each side, and you get 6W equals 600. So the width is 100, and the length is twice that, 200, plus 10, 210. So our answer is going to be 100 by 210. Next one. Okay, so here we have perimeter is 22. Width, length. Length is width plus 5. 22 equals twice the width plus twice W plus 5. 22 equals 2W plus 2W plus 10. Subtract 10 from both sides, and you get 4W equals 12, which means W is 3, and so the length is 8 because it's 5 more than that. So our answer is 3 by 8. Next one. When you have money problems, it's sometimes good to write a formula Here we've got baseball and football tickets. So 3 baseball. I better write B is baseball ticket price. F is football ticket price. 3 baseball plus 2 football is $229.90. 2 baseball plus 1 football is $128.27. If we take the second equation times -2, we can add it to the first equation. So this would be negative 4b minus 2f equals, better get my calculator out, 128.27 times -2, and I get 256.54 negative. Now I'm going to add these two together. 3b minus 4b is negative b. These cancel. Equals 256.54 away from 229.90, and we get 26.64. So baseball ticket cost 26.64. Substitute that into the second equation. 2 times 26.64 plus F equals 128.27. So let's take that times 2, and we get 53.28. Subtract that from both sides. 128.27, and we get the football ticket price is $74.99. Those are our 2 prices. You do this one. Okay, assign our variables. For the 2009-2010 season at Six Flags in St. Louis, 2 general admission tickets and 3 tickets for children under 48 inches cost $172.98. 1 general admission ticket and 4 tickets for children cost $163.99. Determine the ticket price for general admission and for children under 48. So we're going to use C is children ticket price, and G is general ticket price. Okay, 2 general plus 3 child equals $172.98. 1 general plus 4 children equals $163.99. Let's multiply the second equation by -2, and that'll eliminate the general. So we have -2g minus 8c equals 163.99 times 2 gives us -327.98. Add these two together, the g's cancel. -5c equals 172.98, 155 negative. So we're going to divide that by 5, and the child ticket costs $31. Now let's substitute that into this equation. So G plus, multiply that by 4, you get 124 equals 163.99. Subtract 124 from both sides. 63.99 minus 124 is 39.99. So the general admission costs $39.99, the child costs $31. Next one. Now this one's a little bit different, and I'll show you why. She has a total of 21 coins. So nickels plus quarters is 21. So our two variables are N for nickels and Q for quarters. 0.05, because nickels are worth a nickel, plus 0.25 quarters equals 4.05. Now, if we multiply the second equation by 4, negative, our Q's will be eliminated. So negative 0.20 N minus Q equals negative 16.20. Add these two together. N minus 0.2 N is 0.8 N equals 21 minus 1620 is 480. Divide both sides by 0.8. And we get the number of nickels is 6. So the number of quarters is 15, because they have to add up to 21. So she has 6 nickels. Next one. Mixture problems. When you do mixture problems, you fill out a chart like this. We have the weight, we have the price, and we have the total or the amount of dollars. Well, this is $4 a pound. This is $8 a pound, and we want to end up with $5.60 total. This is the cheap coffee, the expensive coffee, the total coffee. C is cheap, E is expensive. The cheap weight and the expensive weight, because we already know the price. So this is C, this is E, and we want to make 50 pounds. Now, it's important to note that when you're solving this, this times this equals this. So 50 times 5.60 gives us $280. This is 4C. This is 8E. And so we've got two equations, one here and one here. C plus E is 50. That's how much weight you have. 4C plus 8E is 280. That's how many pounds or how much money you have. Now, if you notice, this is a lot like that quarter and nickel problem that we just had last time. These are our prices. So what should we do? Let's multiply the top equation by negative 4. And we get negative 4C minus 4E equals negative 200. Add it to the second equation. These cancel. 4E is 80, so E is 20. This is 20 pounds, so this must be 30 pounds. 30 pounds of cheap and 20 pounds of expensive coffee. You do this one. The important thing is to label them first. This is the volume, this is the concentration, and this is the amount, in this case, of acid. Concentration is, let's call them weak and strong and total. The weak is 0.15, the strong is 0.25, and the mixture is 0.18. So W is the weak volume. S is the strong volume. And the total is 30. So this is 0.15 weak This is 0.25 strong. 30 times 0.18 is 5.4. These are our two equations. Weak plus strong equals 30. 0.15 weak plus 0.25 strong equals 5.4. Let's multiply the top equation by -4. So this is negative 0.6W minus S equals negative 21.6. Add these two together, we get 0.4W, these cancel, equals 30 minus 21.6 is 8.4. Divide both sides by 0.4. We get 21. So W is 21, which means the strong is 9. 21 liters of weak, 9 liters of strong. How about this one? C stands for cheap again. E stands for expensive. In this case, we're looking for just the expensive. So let's call them cheap, expensive, total, pounds, weight, price, amount, cheap, weight, expensive, weight, and the total is 17. Price of the cheap is 2.65. Price of the expensive is 3.83. Total is 3.41. Once again, we multiply. This times this equals this. So 17 times 3.41 gives us 57.97. Notice in these charts, you're always going to have some kind of an across business going. And also in this case, we have two up and downs going. This would be 2.65C, 3.83E, because we went across this way. So our two equations are C plus E equals 17. 2.65C plus 3.83E equals 57.97. I'm going to substitute, and so E equals 17 minus C. So I'm going to have 2.65C plus 3.83 parentheses 17 minus C equals 57.97. So I'm just using this second equation now with that. So I'm going to take 3.83 times 17, and I get 6511. So I have 2.65C plus 6511 minus 3.83C equals 57.97. Combine these two, 3.83 minus 2.65, and I get negative 1.18C equals 65.11 away from 57.97, 7.14 negative. Divide that by 1.18, and I get C is 6.05. 6.05. So this must be 10.95, or which would be about 11 pounds. Next one. Distance, rate, time problems. We also have a chart. Distance equals rate times time. Train and truck. And let's use the variable n, the last letter of each one, and k, because they both start with T and R. That's, well, I suppose we could use A and U, but I'm going to use N and K. Okay, the distance the train travels is 600. The distance the truck travels is 520. The time is the same in each case. Time is distance divided by rate. Time is distance divided by rate. And then it says the train's average speed is 8 faster than the truck. N equals K plus 8. So let's write our formula. 600 over N is 520 over K, right? The two times are the same. These two are equal. But N is K plus 8, so we have 600 over K plus 8 is 520 over K. You treat this like a proportion. In other words, all we're going to do then is cross multiply these two things, and we get 520K plus 8 times 520 is 4160 equals, why did I write, this should have been K here, 600K. Subtract 520K from each side, and we get 4160 is 80K. So 4160 divided by 80 is, K is 52, which means train is 8 faster than that, or 60. Those are our two. Just find the speed of each vehicle. Those are our two speeds. You do this one. We have van and IV. So let's use V for van's speed and I for IV's speed. 50 and 40. V, I. So the time is 50 divided by V and 40 divided by I, and the times are the same amount of time. And then it says van's rate is 2 faster than IV's. Van is IV plus 2. So 50 over V equals 40 over I. Let's substitute in for van. 50 over I plus 2 equals 40 over I. Let's cross multiply. 40I plus 80 is 50I. Subtract 40I from both sides. And we get 10I is 80, so I is 8. And van must be 10. That's their both speeds, the speed of both. Next one. You do this one. Okay, so we have downstream and upstream. The rate I'm sorry, the distance downstream is 12 hours, or 12 miles. The distance upstream is 12 miles. The rate, or the time down is 3. The time up is 6. Find the speed of the stream. Well, 12 divided by 3, this is 4. 12 divided by 6, this is 2. Now, really, we only need the equation that comes from this, and that is, if you're going downstream, you take the boat plus the stream. If you're going upstream, you take the boat minus the stream. So downstream, B plus S is 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So B minus stream is 2. Add those two together, you get 2B is 6. So the boat is 3. Find the speed of the stream. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 minus 1 is 2. 3 equations. When you have 3 equations, make sure you put the 3 unknowns in. And here's how it works. Let's see here. A department store features 3 kinds of perfume: Felice, Vivid, and Joy. Those will be our 3 letters. There are 10 more bottles of Felice than Vivid. Felice is Vivid plus 10. And 3 fewer bottles of Joy than Vivid. Joy is Vivid 3 fewer bottles of Joy than Vivid, so minus 3. The bottles of Felice cost $8. The bottles of Vivid cost $15, and Joy cost $32. So 8 Felice plus 15 Vivid plus 32 Joy equals $589. Instead of writing Felice, we can write Vivid plus 10. So 8 parentheses, Vivid plus 10, plus 15 Vivid. Instead of writing Joy, we can write 32 times Vivid minus 3, and we're going to get 589. So this is 8 Vivid plus 80, plus 15 Vivid, plus 32 Vivid minus 96 equals 589. Combine these 2 and these 3. 8 and 15 and 32 is 55 Vivid minus 16 equals 589. So let's add 16 to both sides. And we get 55 Vivid is 605. So let's take 605 divided by 55, and we get Vivid. Number of bottles of Vivid is 11. So Felice is 21 because it's 11 plus 10, and Joy is 8. You do this one. Okay, we've got Gatorade, pretzel, and candy are our 3 variables. Workers sold 4 times as many pretzels as candy items. So pretzels equals 4 times as many as there are candy. Gatorade exceeded the number of pretzels sold by 310. So pretzels is Gatorade minus Gatorade sold exceeded the number of pretzels sold by 310. It says workers sold 4 times as many pretzels as candy. Number of Gatorades sold exceeded the number of pretzels sold by 310. Sales for the items totaled $15.20. So 2 Gatorade plus 1.5 pretzels plus 1 candy equals $15.20. So the number of 4 times as many pretzels as candy. Let's rewrite this as pretzels over 4 then. So candy is pretzels over 4. And Gatorade is pretzels plus 310. So 2 times that plus 1.5 pretzels plus 1 of those is 15.20. So we have 2p plus 620, excuse me, plus let's write it as 3 halves. P plus P over 4 is 15.20. Combine these three. 2P plus 3 halves P. Well, let's change them all into fourths. So this is 8 fourths. This is 6 fourths. 8 and 6 and 1 is 15 fourths P. Is, subtract 620 from each side, 900. So let's multiply both sides by 4/15. These cancel. 900 times 4 divided by 15 is 240. So pretzels is 240. Which means that candy is 1/4 of that, or 60, and add 310 to it. Gatorade's is, man, people must have been thirsty that day, 550. How many of each item were sold? All right. This one. You have courtside, end zone, and balcony. The total revenue from the sellout is $84,000. Half the courtside and balcony seats and all the end zone seats are sold. The total revenue is $49,000. How many of each type are there? Okay, there are. It says there are 15,000 seats. So courtside plus end zone plus balcony is 15,000. The total revenue from a sellout is 84,000. So 10 courtside plus 7 end zone plus 4 balcony is 84,000. And then if half the courtside seats, so courtside over 2 plus balcony plus end zone plus balcony over 2 is 49,000. How many of each type are there? Let's see, what can we do? We can eliminate the E by combining these two. Otherwise, let's just solve it using Excel, okay? So, in Excel, we would have, let's see, 1, 1, 1 is 15,000. And then 10, 7, 4 is 84,000. And 0.5, 1.5 is 49,000. Now remember that we would have to take matrix multiplication, so MULT parentheses, and the first array is going to be the inverse, so M inverse of the first part, A1 to C3, times D1 to D3, and now we have to Control Shift Enter, and I must have done something wrong because I got negative 37,500, 83,000, and 30,050 negative. 1, 1, 15,000, 10, 7, 4, 0.5, 1. If the half the court side's in balcony and all the end zone seats, it's 49,000. Let's see what I did wrong. How many of each type are there? Well, they have to add up to 15,000, so that part I've got right. $10 times the court side, $7 times the end zone, and $4 times the balcony. Okay, that didn't help us any so far. 84,000, 49,000. M inverse, A1 to C3. I am not getting the right answer. I'll have to do it longhand then. Multiply, so let's add those two, or subtract this second equation from the first one. We get 1/2 C plus 1/2 B is oh, I see. I forgot to multiply this by 10, and this by 7, and this by 4. That's where I went wrong. So, now my answers will work out. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 7, and then 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now my answers come out with 3,000 court side, 2,000 end zone, and 10,000 balcony. That's where I went wrong. That third equation got me. Next one. Oops. Okay, we've got a chart here. We've got newsprint, bond paper, copy paper, and we've got recycled paper, and we've got wood pulp, and we've got rags. All right, each of these newsprint ones requires 2 tons of recycled paper, 4 tons of wood pulp. No, newsprint is 3 tons of recycled paper and 1 ton of wood pulp and 0 tons of rags. Bond paper is 2 tons of recycled paper, 4 tons of wood pulp, 3 tons of rags. Copy paper is 2 tons of recycled paper, 3 tons of wood pulp, and 2 tons of rags. We know that our total for this one is 4,200, 5,800, and 3,900 tons. Okay, so 3N plus 2B plus 2C is 4,200. N plus 4B plus 3C is 5,800. And 3B plus 2C is 3,900. Okay, let's fill that into our matrix. 3, 2, 2, 4,200. 1, 4, 3, 5,800. And 0, 3, 2, 3,900. And we have 400 of the first one. So we can make 400 tons of N plus 900 tons of B and 600 tons of C. Okay, you do this one. So we've got the matrix set up here, a 3 by 3. We've got Lone Star, Bandana, and Log Cabin. Let's call this one the star. Piecework, machine quilting, and finishing. Lone Star is 8, 4, 2. Bandana is 2, 2, 2. 10, 5, 2. This is 74. This is 42. This is 24. So let's fill in our chart. 8, 2, 10. 4, 2, 5. Oops, I forgot 74. 42. And the last one is 2, 2, 2, 24. And we can do 3 stars, lone stars, 5 bandanas, and 4 of the log cabin. Try this one. The largest angle of a triangle is 6 times the smallest angle and is 3 times the other angle. So let's call them largest, smallest, and medium. Largest angle, L is 6 smallest. L is 3 medium. So if we wanted to rewrite S, we would divide both sides of this by 6, both sides of this by 3. Now we know those 3 angles add up to 180 degrees. So L plus M plus S is 180. Let's substitute here. instead of writing S, we can write L over 6. Instead of writing M, we can write L over 3. Let's change everything to sixths. So this is 6L over 6, 2L over 6. So 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9L over 6 is 180. Multiply both sides by 6/9. These cancel, and you have 180 times 6 divided by 9. And you get the largest angle is 120. The smallest angle is 1/6 of that, which would be 20, and the medium-sized angle would be 1/3 of that, which would be 40. Find the measure of the smallest angle is 20.